Get your coffees, guys. Get your coffees. Get your coffees. Ooh, that's hot. Hello. What's going on, chums? Welcome to the weekly sip. I might try to make this show a bit more professional at some point in the near future. But who knows? I don't think I'm capable of professionalism. So to any gamers, is an RTX 3060 OC with 12G a decent entry-level card around the 480 range? If you're buying a 3000 series card at store price and not like marked up by some kind of scalper, you should grab it because they're all pretty good. 3060, 3070, 3080, 3090. I have a 3090 myself. Hello, Dev. How are you today? I'm doing great. How about you? Oh yeah, it's Easter, isn't it? I completely forgot it's Easter. I can't start planting yet because we're in Ontario. There's still a little bit of snow. I won't be doing any planting till May. It's too cold here to do that shit, you know. Yeah, regarding the video, like I don't know what the fuck happened. So we put out the video and then we did the Saturday morning Kirby stream on the gaming channel, and people were coming into the gaming channel being like, "Where's the audio of the videos? Fuck Dev!" Like every 5 minutes, and it's like, Jesus Christ, chill the fuck out. Something happened with YouTube because Dave and I could both watch it on our computers. Dave could watch it on his phone. Other people could watch it no problem. YouTube was just doing something weird with the video. But you know what? Apparently it completely works. You can watch it now. Morning, Dev. You have any thoughts on the Medicare Ethan Ralph drama? Um, I haven't completely followed it. I know that Ethan Ralph is doing what basically we all predicted he would do about 5 years ago, which is burn everyone down around him. I think okay. Here, I'm gonna be an armchair psychoanalyst for a minute or two. Ethan Ralph is somebody who has been basically searching for that daddy figure, probably because he didn't have one. Because he said that he would like ride and die for Sargon until he didn't. Same with Milo until he didn't. Same with Jim until he didn't. And it's like as soon as he did something ridiculous enough to make his surrogate father figure laugh at him, he would blow the fuck up. He would be extremely insecure. He would start attacking them, start ruining them. That's what everything's. He did it with Sargon. He did it with Milo. He did it with everyone else around him, and he's doing it with Jim now. So there we are. Did you see H3H3 saying exercise is a waste of time? No, I did not. Give me that shit. Send it to me in Discord and DMs or drop it in the chat or something. I want to see that shit. Your thoughts on Elon buying Twitter stock? Okay. Every time I've sat down to try and write my Elon Twitter video, I've tried for the past 3 days, there's always like a new event. Because there was like, Twitter welcomes him to the board. And then Elon tries to buy all of it, and then Twitter introduces the poison pill, and it's like Jesus Christ. The story is so quickly developing. I feel like if I write a video, it'll instantly be incorrect. Social fascism is on like it's on the radar, but it's not something I'm currently working on. I have not seen the H3H3 video about exercise. Here's the thing, Tidge. I think I'm much stronger than Ethan is because I know that nobody believes me, but it's true. I've done some weight. I've done some strength training, and like I have a lot of muscle and a lot of fat. I'm I'm kind of a tank at the moment. There are definitely stronger people than me. Obviously, there are way people who are in way better shape than me. But like, I can like casually walk forward and knock Dave over just from like regular walking because because Everyone falls in front of me. Hard fat? Is that what it is? Yeah. Is there like an H3H3? I'm going to look it up. I can't see the chat for a minute while I look this up. Sorry, guys. Ethan's take on exercise. This is from a month ago. New study says do not exercise. H3 confirmed soy boy. He thinks exercise is a conspiracy. What the fuck? What? Oh my god. How could you how could you think this? How could you be so fucking stupid? All right. I'm back. Dave is made of paper mache. The desk's doing okay. I think it's actually pretty fixed now at this point. DM me, thank you. H3 got into hot water by making homophobic jokes. Dude, H3, okay, Ethan Klein is like an old school YouTuber, so I'm sure 10 years ago he said some ridiculous bullshit. Guess who no longer cares about the trucker freedom convoy? Do you think that the opportunity has been squandered? No. Because I did, for example, I did the Chaz video a month after Chaz had closed down, and I was able to give like rather than like a hot take, I was able to give a full analysis of the situation, which I still think I can do here. I'm not interested in the hot takes so much. Ethan alienated a bunch of his lefty audience by saying I shouldn't watch his podcast if they're too sensitive. Tidge, as always, send me the clip. You have my DMs. You know what to do, Tidge. Will China try to take Taiwan anytime soon? I'm not sure. But I think there's a much higher chance of America defending Taiwan than America defending Ukraine, obviously. My favorite sci-fi setting? I think it's unironically Star Trek. I know they've basically raped the franchise the past few years. But still. Dev is the blue bowling ball and Dave is the bowling pin. Is that how it works? $5 from Naggers the Annoying. Thanks, pal. SFO versus H3 boxing match when? Who knows? I don't think I've ever boxed before. I've gotten into a few fights, but like not like professional. Oh. I'm stretching and waking up. Oh. So, here's what I'm thinking, chums. I think I might do the Elon Musk Twitter video tomorrow. Because even if the situation is unfolding, I should probably just do it, you know? I might after this stream I might go write it, get it going, hand it off to Dave to edit up, put it out tomorrow. Ethan Ralph's gonna be wrestling. He's gonna have a heart attack even just fucking trying it. I am wrong for £2. What is your favorite sci-fi concept or idea? I don't know. I don't usually think of it in that way. Like, you mean like piece of technology? Do you mean like event in a show? Like a plot point? I don't know. I mean, it is kind of true, Cato Delacroix, that China might not invade because their reliance on American economy is too great. Yeah, like if they're holding a bunch of American dollars and they can't necessarily buy any American goods with them. That could be a problem. I'll try to. Yes, I am on the Sitch and Adam show today. I am on the Sitch and Adam show today. Oh, I am wrong. I think honestly transportation. Like that would revolutionize so much shit, being able to like just transport around using Chief O'Brien's transporter. Okay, so listen, I'll give you a layout of the week as it happens, okay? So I think I'm going to work on the Elon Musk video after the stream up until 4 p.m. EST. Skaven is canceled because Arch is doing a stream with Sargon, and I am doing a stream with Adam and Sitch. So I guess Discordia and Ketchup and Kibs are all just left out in the fucking cold. R.I.P. guys, R.I.P. I think Arch and Sargon, they want to do a talk about Warhammer. And Warhammer is not something that I know too much about, so I hope those guys have fun. I wouldn't mind talking with, like, I talk with Arch every week. I talk with Sargon every day, just only in text, not in voice chat. He doesn't have time to do that shit anymore. I'm sure I will be able to get Sargon on my channel, or I can go on his for a thing eventually, because it's been like a year. But I'm still good friends with him. It is a bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm going on Adam and Sitch, okay? And the reason I'm going on Adam and Sitch... Oh, well, thanks very much, VG fan. Thank you. I'm going on... Well, here's the thing. Guys. For those of you who don't know, Sargon streams every day on the podcast of the Lotus Eaters. But whenever he does, like, just casual hangout streams, he does them on his old channel, his old Sargon channel. Yeah. So he and Arch are doing an old hangout stream tonight. Meanwhile, I'm going to be on Adam and Sitch. And the reason I'm going on Adam and Sitch is because they're doing a video where Xander Hall does a really... You guys know who Xander Hall is? He's like the largest of the crumb tubers. When I first discovered Xander Hall, like, we both had the same amount of subs, like I think around 62,000. Now he has 69,000 and I have 125. And Xander Hall has been taking some pretty heavy L's recently. He's taken an L debating Lauren Southern. That didn't work out for him. He's taking other L's. Just some pretty shitty takes. And I know, like, his editor, Cherry, has been trying to, like goad me into a debate with him. And he finally did a video covering one of my videos. And it was some brain dead shit, guys. There was no brain cells firing in his analysis of my video. He agreed with half the stuff. It was so funny. He was like, I agree with this point. Oh, I agree with this point. I agree with this point. And it's like, Yeah. Eh? Oh, Solid Slug. He's actually, his subs are actually 69,420. They've just stuck there. It's like, that's pretty funny. Okay. If you had to choose a number to plateau on, that's a pretty good plateau. Yes, crumb tubers are tiny bread tubers. That's the thing, Wonderful Galaxy. I'm not really capable of debate, I don't think. I'm not a good debater, you know? Yeah, Xander Hall is the guy that tried to expose Flamenco. I know that, like, Flamenco has a few skeletons in his closet. I know he used to be like a host of the Killstream. I know he used to be a lot edgier in his younger years. Maybe some of that would come off as maybe not good, but he seems to be fine now. People change, man. Like, chill the fuck out. But anyway, that's the plan for today. Tomorrow, hopefully, in between the sip and Adam and Sitch, I can do I can do the at least one video for Monday. I have plans for videos coming up. Oh yeah, for the gaming channel. That would be Game Boomers. I'll put it in the chat. You fucks, you should follow it. Because we do this like every fucking night. Well, we haven't recently. I'll tell you about that why in a second. But okay, listen. We're changing the Game Boomer schedule, okay? So it'll be Monday, Tuesday evenings, 7 p.m. EST. Wednesday mornings, Thursday, Friday evenings, and Saturday mornings. Okay? We're doing Wednesday and Saturday mornings. Saturday mornings because they just seem to be exceptionally popular. We get like double the views on Saturday mornings. We're doing like we're playing like Kirby, like the new Kirby game on Switch every Saturday morning, and we're doing like the post game stuff now, like really hard stuff. We're doing that now, and it's pretty fun. But I guess everyone likes the Saturday morning cartoon vibe, feel of it. Okay. However, the reason that we're transitioning to doing Wednesday mornings as well, is because Lilith and I, we are pretty much set to go to start doing, a weekly Wednesday Tubcast. So, I think we should probably move Game Boomers to Wednesday mornings, and then do the Tubcast Wednesday evenings. Yeah. Yeah, man. Coffee's good. I said Game Boomers, you fuck, not Game Booers. God damn it. Anyway, please consider going. I would really appreciate it. Please consider popping in. Yeah, Lilith and I were pretty much good to go now. Like she handled all of her IRL shit. I handled all of mine. I wanted to get more videos out this week. I talked about this during the Kirby show yesterday morning. I wanted to get more videos out this week, but I've just been having the worst fucking writer's block. And I hate talking about writer's block with you guys because I feel like most of you would probably just you would laugh at me, and with good reason, because writer's block is like the most cushy fucking bougie problem that anyone could have. Like, you got people out there who are lifting boxes, they're driving around machinery, they're working hard jobs, and here I am, I can't get myself to fucking write something. Like, it sounds pathetic, and it is, in a way it is pathetic. But I've just, every time I try to make myself work, when like the writing is not flowing naturally, it always comes out shit. And like, it's a pretty cushy job. I can't complain. I can't be like, oh, feel bad for me. Like, I can't do that. Like, it's ridiculous. I just need to get better at being more disciplined, I guess. Anyway, hopefully I'll be able to do it. You fucks. Don't take your meds. If you take your meds, your girlfriend disappears. Here. Let's see. Give me a second here. No, Spikes, I won't. Okay. So for this actual, like, this week of Game Boomers, I don't quite know what we're doing because we're still, like, adjusting to the fact that we might not be doing Wednesday nights. The games that we have going are the Kirby game, the new Kirby Switch game, the Final Fantasy Origins Stranger of Paradise game. Naomi and I are playing Kena Bridge of Spirits on the PlayStation 5. And Borderlands 2, which is a crossover with other channels. We're going to continue that on Friday. Oh! Also, one thing I must also announce. In the near future, within a month, we will be losing the Game Boomers couch. It'll be gone for at least a week. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not going to stream. It means that I have a special series of streams lined up where we're going to do really terrible motion control games. We're going to start with like the normal Wii Sports, and we'll probably play some Switch Sports. We're going to do Star Wars Connect. We're going to do the Wii balance board games, like the ballerina game. And there's one more. Maybe even try Beat Saber. The point being is that I have a bunch of stand-up games ready to go, and it's going to be really fun. And I want you guys to be there. I will, when we get closer to it, I will announce you. I will announce it to you. No, I'm going to be modifying the couch. Yes, some reupholstering and also lowering the arms on it because the arms are way too high. Dave slouches too much. Oh, and we're also going to do a stream of Ring Fit because I have been playing the Ring Fit exercise game on Switch over the winter because it's too fucking cold to go outside and exercise. I'll play it less now because like the spring is here and we can go outside again. But I've been playing this game and really I've been enjoying it whenever I exercise with it. It's quite nice. Mega Man, we already played No More Heroes, dude. Yeah. We played No More Heroes 1, 2, and 3 on the show. By the way, on the Game Boomers YouTube channel, all the playthroughs are backed up there, so you can go watch them there. Installing a cup holder, that's what I'm doing, yeah. Anyway, it'll be a fun time. It'll be a fun time. What do I do next? Hey, do you guys want to actually do the news? I'm Han Solo. Yeah, we're doing that game, dude. I did play Travis Strikes Again. I fucking hated it. It was god awful. It was garbage. Anyway, guys, I do appreciate the old super chats. If there are any more to come, I will read them at the end, okay? Let's get ready to do some article reading, okay? Let's get ready to do it. But first, I must shill. If you want to join the $5 club, you have to hit up the Patreon, the Subscribe Star, the YouTube memberships button, or the twitch.tv/GameBoomers sub button. $5 through recurring has to be through a bot, through any of those sources, and the bot will put you into the Discord $5 club room. Moreover, if you have Amazon Prime, you can drop a Twitch Prime sub over on Game Boomers if you like. Just hit the Prime sub. Just click it. $100 to the PayPal US will put you into the $5 club for life. That's how it works, guys. Just send me your receipt. And of course, packages. Mail me your packages, I'll open them on the stream. Whenever I get 5 packages, I will open them. I only have 1 so far. Yeah, 1 package is show. Well, I think 1 or 2. So once we get to 5. Wait, when No More Heroes 3 came out, I accidentally bought Travis Strikes Again, and I was so pissed. Oh, God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dude. That sucks, man. Jesus. Okay. So there's the shilling. Please consider supporting the channel. You may also do so through Super Chats and etc. But Subscribe Star is still working, surprisingly. Let me just... I think it's because even though it's a Russian-owned company, it's operating in the United States. Let me see here. Still working, yeah. Okay. The David Loya. What is David Loya, dude? I don't even know what you're talking about. I'll have to look it up later. I'll look it up after the show, okay? Is there protests about him? I don't even know who he is. Protest in Michigan over police shooting of Patrick Laloya. I don't know what's going on, man. Like, this is... I don't know. This is completely outside of my realm of knowledge. Okay. Let's do it. Let me get the first series of things are videos, so let's get our headphones on. There we go. There we go. Okay. Here we go, guys. People simply cannot believe Tucker Carlson's homoerotic trailer for his new documentary, The End of Men. Oh my God. Hold on. Tucker Carlson isn't... Hold on. Tucker Carlson isn't only one of Fox News' most popular and most Putin-friendly hosts. He's also occasionally a documentarian. It's not to say that his non-fiction films contain facts. His Fox Nation series on the alleged FBI plot behind the January 6th riots was so wrong-headed, it infuriated his own colleagues. Now he has one on the alleged decline of masculinity, with a trailer that's more homoerotic than the SNL classic Schmidt's Gay. What? Hold on. I have to adjust my headphones here. Give me a second. Okay, so let's see. My headphones aren't working right. Well, that's no good. I mean, yeah, the volume doesn't work. Okay. Here, let's watch it.
One of the biggest stories of our lifetimes is the total collapse in testosterone levels in American men. Those levels are declining by roughly 10% per decade, completely changing the way people are at the most fundamental level. NIH does not seem interested in this at all. It's not a big deal. We think it is a huge deal. So we want to know what's causing it and what you can do about it. That's the topic of our upcoming documentary called The End of Men. Here's a look at the trailer.
Okay, so hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. What could be causing this? Let's actually think about it for a second. What could be causing this? Could it be like plastic being everywhere? Maybe. Some people think that it's a byproduct of birth control. The fact that so many various hormones are being pissed out by women into water supplies all over the world. And I'm like, I don't know about that. Maybe, but I don't know. People are saying maybe it's like certain types of farming or certain types of genetically modified food. It could be the fact that we're just more like indoors. Less sun, you know? Soy. Jesus Christ. I think soy is a meme answer, guys. Could be obesity, microplastics, yeah. I don't know. But here's the thing. Like, it's not a conspiracy theory. This is like happening. You know, people are like, hey, conspiracy theory. Now shut the fuck up. It's happening. We just don't know why. Okay. Is this the trailer?
Welcome this opportunity to speak to the people of America about a subject which I believe to be most important, and that is the subject of physical fitness.
Okay.
A country is as strong, really, as its citizens, and I think that mental and physical health go hand in hand. There's nothing,
come on,
I think,
Biden,
more unfortunate than to have soft, chubby, fat-looking children. I hope that all of you will join, and everybody in the United States, to make sure that our children participate fully in a vigorous and adventurous life, which is possible for them in this very rich country of ours.
There's been a 50% decline in sperm counts in the last 40 years, along with a precipitous decline in testosterone production. We're headed for a calamity, and that's not hyperbole, it's not exaggeration, it's just a mathematical fact.
Jesus Christ. Listen to this guy's fucking voice. Maybe the reason that you don't have any goddamn testosterone because you smoked it all away. Listen to this guy.
Hyperbole, it's not exaggeration.
Jesus, dude, like, chill the fuck out. You don't gotta be, like, smoking 50 cigs a day.
It's just a mathematical fact.
Would you recommend young men to tan their balls?
To what?
You know the sun your balls meme? Where young men just lie out in the sun and let the sun rays directly impact their testicles? Tan your balls. The current year. Look at this. Look at this fucking dude. Yes. Yes, the cosmic rays are entering my testicles. Listen, I'm not making any claim on whether or not this works or anything like that, okay? I'm not saying anything like that. I just think this is a fucking hilarious image. Okay?
Once a society collapses, then you're in hard times. Well, hard iron sharpens iron, as they say, and those hard times inevitably produce men who are tough, men who are resourceful, men who are strong enough to survive.
Drink those eggs, buddy.
And then they go on to re-establish order, and so the cycle begins again.
Yeah.
There's nothing more unfortunate, said the President of the United States on camera, than, quote, soft, chubby, fat children.
I think that was JFK. Yeah, so people are saying that Tucker Carlson's trailer for his new documentary is a bit homoerotic. Everyone's saying, praise the sun! I mean...
To what?
It might have, like, a little bit of homoerotic undertones if you really wanted to look that way. But I think these people just think seeing buff men do things is homoerotic, and that's not true at all.
Iron sharpens iron, as they say, and those hard times inevitably produce men who are tough, or men who are older, and so the cycle begins again.
That's really funny. Oh. This is some funny shit. Like, there is a problem here, and we should take it seriously, but it's still some funny shit. It's still some funny shit. 6T76T says, muscular men aren't my thing. I prefer slender. Well, I know that you're literally dating a fucking Shota, right? Thanks for the $2, by the way. Thank you. Okay, what's next? What's this? What's this? Oh, yeah. Okay. New Orleans Police Department urges residents not to take matters into their own hands after video shows a man who rigged a flashbang in his truck to deter car burglars. Okay, let's check this shit out. Where's the audio? Oh, no audio, I guess. Okay. So he breaks in. I'm going to steal shit. Jumps in. He's looting around. Boom! And he drives off. Don't defend your property, guys. Like, what the fuck? See? He goes to break in, gets himself flashbanged right in the fucking face. Yeah, I don't buy this shit. Just let people steal from you. It's like, fuck, it's so stupid. It's so fucking stupid. Nah, man, defend what's yours. Enjoy permanent blindness. Alright, that's enough of that. What's next? Gang of Muppet beakers surround an Uber driver. Where's the video? I know this video works. I've seen it before. Hold on. See if I can get it working on like a different thing. Nope. Maybe I'll get it working on Google Chrome. There it is. Okay. The beakers, guys, they're attacking.
At Bomarito, purchase any new or pre-owned vehicle.
God damn it, advertisements. No one buy this shit. Fuck you. No one buy this. What the fuck is this? Wow.
Still needing fireplace repairs.
Wow. All right, what's next? Oh, yeah. Naomi wanted me to put this on this one. Check it out. Crackhead strength.
What's going on in the wonderful world of crackheads this morning? Oh, okay, you're going to try to pick the whole fridge up. You don't want no help. You don't want somebody to get on the other side. You're just going, okay. Crackhead strength is, where is you at when I need help moving? Always find you a crackhead to help you move, because they cheap and they do stuff like this.
Jesus.
He getting on the bike?
Holy shit.
Fridge on him? Crackhead strength is real. He riding the bike with the fridge. You know how hard it is to pump the homie on the handlebars? But not for him. He carried the hose and it's full of food. Crackhead strength is
real. Jesus Christ. I mean, that's one way to work out, eh? Damn, dude. All right. Oh, yeah, the final video from the Surfs. I don't like giving the crumb tubers any more attention than they deserve, but sometimes we must. Ben Shapiro having a little more difficulty than normal destroying college kids. Okay.
Which is a term that I use throughout the speech, not gender identity.
You sound like a
disorder,
bozo, bro. And you get no pussy, and you can't even make your wife wet, bro. So what's good?
Okay.
You sound like a bozo, bro.
Just listen.
And you get no pussy, and you can't even make your wife wet, bro. So what's good?
And everyone starts booing. You can't even make your wife wet. Okay, so that was from it was like last year. This video is not from last year. But the meme is from last year, where basically Ben Shapiro didn't know how wet women got during sex. That's kind of funny. I gotta admit, that's kind of funny. But everyone's being like, "Oh my God, you know Ben Shapiro, he's so used to owning college kids, and this college kid just owned him. He flipped the script." Of course, what's funny is that, you know, a decade ago, when people would say edgy jokes like, "You can't even get laid, you're a virgin," whatever it was, that would be considered like problematic, a right-wing thing to do. How dare you make fun of someone's sexual status? Of course, now it's leftists doing it, and it's fine, right? However, this dude, here's the real funny part. This guy, like, he sounds a bit effeminate, right? Like, just listen to him.
Bro, and you get no pussy, and you can't even make your wife wet, bro. So what's good?
What's good? Okay, so yeah, he's a Hassan simp, it turns out. He watches Hassan. Because of course he does. He watches literally the worst fucking streamer on the planet. Ah, fuck. I just kind of I find it funny how it turned out that this guy is just a Hassan plant. Yeah. Incels rise up. You know, also don't win the argument with personal insults. That means you lost. Yeah, well, here's the thing. Personal insults is always the thing with younger people, right? They just, you know, they have a really good quip, and it can be pretty funny sometimes to just like blast someone with a really good insult that's like really clever. It's like, okay, yeah, fair enough. But I think people nowadays, they're on fucking Twitter so much, they think that actually constitutes a real argument, which it does not. Okay, let's check out. Those are all the videos I have for us to watch. So I'll put the headphones away, and let's check out some of the let's check out some of the articles. Okay. I gained 70 pounds during COVID. Here's what happened on my first day back in the office. Hey, me too, sister. While I had noticed my weight gain from working from home, I wasn't aware that on a daily basis I didn't have to worry about what everyone else thought about it. Oh boy. You look like somebody who's thinking about it too. All day, every day. Okay. Given all the things that have changed in the past 2 years of life under COVID, my body is almost certainly the least important, but the fact that it has changed is undeniable. When I started to hear people talk about the COVID-15, referring to the widespread phenomenon of weight gain, I thought it was cute because I had already gained more like 40 pounds. Now, 2 years into a pandemic that has drastically changed everything about the way that we live, I'm guessing the number is closer to 70. Okay, you know what's funny? I know it's just this, it's my lifestyle. Yes, being a YouTuber. But it's also the lifestyle of this city. This is not a city that is too... It's big, but it's not too big. And it's also kind of isolated from like the more populated parts of North America. Like the lifestyle here hasn't changed that much, you know? COVID's here. It's doing stuff. The government is trying to force things sometimes. But most regular people just do what they've done before. Like, people haven't changed that much. Okay? So, anyway. Pre-pandemic, I commuted to work every day. I used to walk to my subway stop, climb up and down multiple sets of stairs, then move around an office. Before or after some work days, I used to go to a gym, either the nearby chain that I belonged to or one conveniently located in the building where I worked. I used to go to spin classes in small dark rooms full of people sweating while breathing all over each other. Then I used to walk to another subway station and climb more stairs to get home. When COVID first hit, the gyms shut down. By the time they reopened, the thought of breathing heavily in an enclosed space had become nerve-shattering. Chill the fuck out, lady. I'm someone who actually enjoys working out. I'm someone who actually enjoys working out. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. Fuck. That fucking hit me pretty hard. Okay. Where the fuck was that? Okay. I'm someone who actually enjoys working out and relies on it for mood management. But I was scared to go back except in rare times when the COVID rates would dip long enough for me to hit the elliptical. Just fucking do it. Like, fuck. I got into taking dancing classes virtually, something I never would have done without the shield of distance, and clumsily channeled my inner Britney and Beyonce in my living room. And eventually outdoors when classes started to meet in the park. Getting out of my comfort zone with dance was a joyful pandemic surprise, and it got me sweating, but it didn't compare to being an active, everyday human. My diet hasn't changed significantly. But there are many days when I sit at home all day, barely moving from the one spot where I hunch over my laptop until it's time to walk the 2 blocks to pick up my son from school. As a result of all that inactivity, my weight has slowly but steadily climbed. I've got as much internalized fat phobia as the next gal, but I wasn't initially too alarmed. My weight has always fluctuated, Oprah style. I was a fat kid who lost 100 pounds in college, then maintained it. Not because I didn't like my body before, but because I didn't like the way I was treated in that body. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that I don't like being fat. Walking to and from elementary school, people would yell at me out car windows and throw the occasional fountain drink at me. I said, Jesus Christ. As I got older, strangers felt free to discuss my body, approaching me to tell me about a diet that worked for their aunt's cousin's friend. While visiting a college as a high school senior, a cute guy asked for my phone number, but when he called, he wanted to know how much I weighed because he told me he likes a woman he can climb. Wow. Jesus Christ. Moving through our society in a fat body means constantly being confronted with others' opinions of it when you're just trying to exist. One benefit of having a societally acceptable body is that sometimes you're allowed to forget about it. Nobody, not even Cardi B, gets to fat in peace. Well, you shouldn't. You shouldn't fat in peace, all right? You shouldn't fat in peace. Just Straight up. No. I shouldn't fat in peace either. Here's the point, guys, about fatting in peace, okay? Thanks for all the supers. I'll read them at the end of the articles, okay? But here's the point about fatting in peace, okay? One, it shows a deficient moral character in some ways, because if you are your habits should be something that reflect the fact. Like if you're working out and you're eating right, you're not going to be fat most of the time. Okay. Secondly, if you live in a society that has a universal healthcare service, which America doesn't, but most of the places do, then the state of your body actually is in some way other people's business. Because how dare you just abuse the taxes that they're paying by being a fat shit and sucking up all of those medical dollars? So what the fuck are you doing? You have a responsibility at this point. Okay. Fat people face discrimination in every aspect of society. Weight discrimination plays a role in hiring, determining wages, and firing. Racism also intersects with fat phobia, with studies showing that fat black women are discriminated against most in the workplace. We are more likely to experience medical bias and misdiagnosis, which can be deadly. I don't like dating apps, but even if I did, I'm not sure I could stomach opening myself up to a volley of microaggressions, alternating with fetishizing messages that immediately turn sexual. Well, then just get the fuck out. Like, hold on. I don't like people sending me terrible things about my weight. Fair enough. I also don't like people sending me good things about my weight. Well, what the fuck do you want? What the fuck do you want, dude? What the fuck? What? Christ. It's so ridiculous. You're discriminated against. Good. Yeah. Like, there are some forms of discrimination that are good, okay? If you are in a committed relationship, that is the ultimate, most widespread discrimination. You are saying that this person and nobody else. You are gatekeeping your own sexuality and saying that no one else, I will fuck no other person but the one I'm committed to. That's discrimination. But we find it acceptable. To discriminate just means to cut the wheat from the chaff. Sometimes it can be done improperly, but it doesn't mean that every time it's done improperly. Simply trying to get by as a fat person in a society that hates fat people can be disempowering, painful, and frankly exhausting. When I first lost weight, I felt like a spy in my new body, witnessing the immediately evident ways in which I was being treated differently, as well as hearing right out loud the things that many people really think about fat people. They didn't know that I was only passing for your thin passing. Inside, I was still on team fat. Is that why you got refat again? Jesus Christ. Hold on, Aiden. You're an ANCAP now? When did that happen? 6 months ago, you said you wouldn't be. I saw it coming. I saw Aiden Paladin's radicalization coming a mile a fucking way. Okay, so here's the thing. You should be treated differently if you're fat. Because being fat shows what kind of person you are. It shows that you're sitting around and not working out. It shows that you're eating too much food. It shows that you're not taking care of yourself. It's physical evidence of your bad habits. That's why it's legitimate to look at somebody who's fat and be like, come on, dude. Like, can you fucking take care of yourself here? You know what I mean? Come on, dude. Come the fuck on. Listen, the actual truth is, taxation is theft, but it's also a necessary reality. That's just how it is. I don't buy any of the libertarian or ANCAP solutions to the taxation problem. I think they're all worse than just taxation. We don't get to have good things. We just get to have a small amount of bad things. The smallest amount possible. That's it. There's no good. Anyway. Oh, God. Did she just, like, talk about being fat this whole fucking time? My God. I regret starting this article. Do you guys care this much? Like, it's just It's just her. Jesus. It's just her talking about being fat. And all I'm going to say is lose weight, lose weight, lose weight, lose weight, lose weight, lose weight. So perhaps we should just continue on. Ah, yes. Dutch woman denied Swiss passport because she was annoying. We'll get one after all. Okay. Expatriating to a foreign land isn't a new concept. But it seems one Swiss town has some unorthodox criteria for those looking to acquire a passport. Officials in Gipf off Oberfrick, about 45 minutes northwest of Zurich, rejected Dutch citizen Nancy Holton's request for a passport not once but twice, because the locals were fed up with her behavior. Holton's offending antics? Campaigning against the Swiss tradition of cowbells. The 42-year-old Holton, who is a vegan and self-described freelance journalist, model, and drama student, Jesus Christ, has lived in Switzerland since she was 8 years old and has children who are Swiss nationals. But she's earned a bad reputation with her village's residents by speaking out about the use of cowbells, which Holton said is damaging to the cow's health. I think I was too strident and spoke my mind too often. Many people think I'm attacking their traditions. But that's not what it was about. It was never about that. What primarily motivated me about the cowbells was the animal's welfare. She noted that the cowbells are very heavy and cause injury to the animal's skin, in addition to being extremely loud for something hanging so close to the cow's ears. The animal activist has also reportedly campaigned against other Swiss practices, including hunting, pig races, and the ringing of clamorous church bells. More cowbells! More cowbell, guys! I have a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell! I gotta have more cowbell. God, that joke's an older joke now. I don't even know if you youngsters even fucking get it anymore. Okay, hold on. In Switzerland, individual cantons and towns, not the federal government, make naturalization decisions, and attaining Swiss national status is notoriously difficult. Being born in Switzerland does not automatically entitle someone to Swiss citizenship. Tanja Suter, president of the local Swiss People's Party, says that Holton has a big mouth, and town residents do not want her to become a citizen if she annoys us and doesn't respect our traditions. Big mouth aside, Holton meets all the legal requirements for citizenship. Urs Trier, a spokesman for the Gipf Oberfrick administration, has explained that the Swiss locals do not object to Holton's uncommon ideologies, but to the fact that she so publicly expresses them. If someone is so much in the spotlight and rebels against things that are accepted in the local community, it can cause the community to not want such a person in their midst. Well, there we go. If you're a vegan and complain about cowbells too much, you're not getting your passport. Fuck you. Okay. Okay, so I got two articles, and they're kind of like mirror images of each other, okay? So, 5K reward offered for man accused of murdering ex-girlfriend in King of Prussia. Now, this headline... It's like, what, King of Prussia, what? I was feeling weird. King of Prussia is apparently the name of a city in the United States. I don't know why you'd name your city King of Prussia, but I guess here we are. I guess here we fucking are, okay? Okay. So, King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. All right. Officials have announced a $5,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of a Philadelphia man wanted for shooting and killing his ex-girlfriend at a King of Prussia gas station. It happened at around 10:30 p.m. on Friday. I'm going to arrest warrant for 38-year-old Rafiq Thompson. And here's Rafiq Thompson. Upper Marion Township Police were dispatched to the Exxon station at 113 North Guelph Road for a report of shots fired. When they arrived on the scene, they found the victim, identified as Tamara Cornelius, lying in the parking lot and suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. She was taken to Pauli Hospital, where she was pronounced dead. A homicide investigation conducted by the Upper Marion Township Police Department and the Montgomery County Detective Bureau revealed that the suspect and the victim were previously in a relationship. The two met and talked briefly before Cornelius went to have dinner inside the Cheesecake Factory restaurant. After her visit to the restaurant, she drove to the Exxon at 113 North Guelph Road. Police say Thompson followed her there. As she was pumping gas into her vehicle, Thompson exited his vehicle and shot at her multiple times, even as she attempted to run away. She was pregnant at the time of her death. This was a chilling murder of a young woman and her unborn child. So there we go. All right. So, as I've predicted, everyone in the chat is saying we was Kangs, we was Kangs. Okay. So let's now see the inverse situation. An OnlyFans model allegedly stabbed her boyfriend to death in their apartment before racy content was posted on her social media page. Influencer Courtney Clenny, 25, known on her social media platforms as Courtney Taylor, was detained and later taken to a mental institution after killing 27-year-old Christian Obumseli. Police responded to a 911 call from Clenny at around 5 p.m. Sunday at the luxury apartment building in Miami, Florida. There they found her boyfriend stabbed once in the shoulder. First responders transported Obumseli to a nearby hospital where he succumbed to his injuries. The violence was caused by a domestic dispute. We know that there was a physical altercation between them before he was stabbed. Intense arguments were common in Clenny and Obumseli's relationship. So, guys, do you see a pattern? What pattern do you see? I will wait. Thought rage. Both are bad. What's your point? Slay queen. I'm just waiting. Reverse toll paid. You know what? He was a Kang. Okay, so here's the funny thing. I wanted to know. Hold on. I wanted to know which way the chat would bend on this. Would they be like? Would they go like the racist, fucking black people route, which is not the route that I would go on this situation? Jesus Christ, guys. Or would they go the OnlyFans sociopath route? Like, which one are you? Which one are you doing? And you know what? To chat's credit, you guys went the sociopath OnlyFans route. So, good job, guys. You guys did it. Anyway, we've seen her hit him. I've never seen him hit her. Jesus Christ. Dev Simple. Black man bad, thought bad too. No. You can make a solid argument for thoughts being bad because being a thought isn't an immutable characteristic. It's a series of actions you perform. You can't just say black men bad, you fucking racist. Okay. According to the close friends, Obumseli had recently moved to the area and was living with Clenny at the One Paraíso apartment building, located in the Edgewater neighborhood of Miami. Arguments were common, apparently. Neighbors in the building have reported that the couple had a long history of domestic disputes and that local police often had to get involved. When Clenny was detained, she threatened to kill herself. Police said the threat led to an evaluation, causing her to be Baker Acted. The Baker Act allows law enforcement, as well as doctors, mental health professionals, and judges to commit a person to a mental health treatment for up to 72 hours if certain violent or suicidal tendencies are displayed. Okay. So anyway, as we currently understand it, she was more of an abuser towards him than he was an abuser towards her. And then she ended up killing him. I think the black or the Nigerian part of the conversation just isn't relevant in this one. She just seems fucking nuts, dude. Yeah. All right, what's next? Toll paid. Listen, guys. Do not simp. You cannot fix her. Understand? Okay. We're uncomfortable in our own locker room. Lia Thomas's UPenn teammate tells how the trans swimmer doesn't always cover up her male genitals when changing, and their concerns go ignored by the coach. One of Lia Thomas's teammates tells DailyMail.com they feel uncomfortable sharing a locker room with transgender UPenn swimmer. It's definitely awkward because Lia still has male body parts and is still attracted to women. The swimmer, okay, so yes. All right. I did a video on this topic, the trans sports thing, a week or two ago, which is it's worth going to go watch in my opinion. Sharing a locker room with transgender swimmer Lia Thomas has become a point of contention for some of her University of Pennsylvania teammates who feel uncomfortable changing in the private space with someone undergoing a gender transition. Yep, Lia has told her teammates that she dates women. While Lia covers herself with a towel sometimes there's a decent amount of nudity, the swimmer said she and others have had a glimpse at her private parts. To be fair, like, the dating women thing, like, it kind of, I understand, but there's also the point of, like, a lesbian who goes into a change room who is interested in women. She's just sitting there, like, enjoying the view of seeing everyone naked all the time, you know? And it's like, well, are you going to start making, are you going to start making change rooms not have lesbians in them too? Because like you could use the same logic. So, I don't know. I never liked the idea of these spaces. Man, just have like change rooms that are single occupancy. You know, have washrooms that are single occupancy. Don't do this gendered shit. The gendered shit's bullshit. You know, have like a bunch of stalls. Just go in there and fucking change and call it done. Jesus. She stated that team members have raised their concern with the coach, trying to get Thomas ousted from the female locker room, but got nowhere. Multiple swimmers have raised it multiple different times. We were basically told that we could not ostracize Lia by not having her in the locker room, and there's nothing we can do about it. We basically have to roll over and accept it, or we cannot use our own locker room. It's really upsetting because Lia doesn't seem to care how it makes anyone else feel. The 35 of us are just supposed to accept being uncomfortable in our own space and locker room for like the feelings of one person. Wait, where are they? Did she just tuck them? Okay. Right. Okay. She said that UPenn's handling of the locker room issue is emblematic of the school's overall approach to the Lia Thomas controversy, with the school bending over backwards to make Thomas feel welcome without seeming to care how it affects her teammates. The school was so focused on making sure Lia was okay and doing everything they possibly could for her that they didn't even think about the rest of us. It just seems like the women who built this program and the people who were here before Lia don't matter. And it's frustrating because Lia doesn't really seem to be bothered by all the attention. Not at all. Actually, she seems like she enjoys it. It's affected all of us way more than it's affected her. Okay, so. Tucked. Duct tape. The Texas tuck. Okay, I understand. Here's the thing. Like, I know Ariel Scarkella, or whatever her name was, and Mr. Girl had this conversation a couple days ago. It's kind of related to this. Let's say Blair White. Okay, hold on. I just want, just so that we all know who we're talking about, okay? Okay. Let's get a good picture of Blair White, okay? Come on, Blair. All right. Guys, here's Blair White. Okay? She's trans. Let's get back to the... She's trans. She has a penis. And she's also hotter than most cis women. It's just how it is. Okay? Chat. If this individual, say they committed a murder, they're going to jail for some time, whatever, or they maybe they had to like go to the washroom or something, like, what gendered space would this person go into? Okay? Would you say the male washroom or the female washroom? The male jail or the female jail? Okay? I'm heading you off at the pass. Blair changes in the janitor's closet. Ba-da-bap. So, still though, like, where do you... Where? The male jail. Okay. So, if you send Blair White to the male jail, she is going to be fucking constantly gangbanged 24/7 by every single person in there. She is going to have her asshole destroyed and turned into a giant gaping crater, okay? And that's no good. We do actually want to reduce prison rape, despite all the various prison rape jokes, okay? However, at the same time, if you were to send her to the female jail, I think a lot of the women there would probably also feel kind of at risk because, she herself has a penis, and if she's committed crimes, she could be capable of committing more crimes while in jail. Okay, everyone in the chat who's saying hot, you fucking coomers. We're having a serious conversation. I mean, if your position, like Wes, I see multiple people, oh, Jesus Christ, Wes, multiple people are taking your position that you just don't care about rape in prisons. You're like, you know what? If you commit the crime and then if you're like a biological male and you commit the crime, you go to male prison and you just get butt fucked. Well, fuck you. It's part of your punishment. I mean, you can have that position, but I'm not sure it's a good position to have. It seems to me that like only North Americans think that jail rape is somehow normal and expected. It's because the jail system here, people just don't give a shit about what happens to prisoners inside of it. But yeah. Okay, here. Let's actually rotate it around a little bit, okay? So, let's say you're going to the washroom and you're standing up to piss. All the guys in the chat, okay? You're standing up to piss in the guys' washroom at the urinal. Would you want Blair White to like come up beside you and also stand up to piss, or would you feel a little bit weirded out by that? I'd probably be like, wait, what? What are you doing here? I would feel weirded out by that. You know what I mean? It seems like what washroom you should go in depends. There's no good answer to the jail question, okay? But it seems like what washroom you should go in depends not on what you identify as, but what you look like. So, if you're a trans woman who looks like Blair White, you should probably go to the women's washroom. If you're a trans woman who looks like Jessica Yaniv, you should probably go to the men's washroom. That's just what it, intuitively, that's just what, that's what seems correct. And that is a harsh pill to swallow, but that's just how it is, At the same time, though, see, for me, washrooms, I just think that washrooms should be gender neutral anyway. Gender neutral and single use. Communal washrooms are fucking gross. Would women feel safe if Buck Angel were in the washroom? Yeah, but they probably wouldn't, Same thing, Yeah. Anyway, I think Blair's hot. Let's keep going. Congressman claims people in D.C. have invited him to orgy and done cocaine in front of him. What? Madison Cawthorn claimed in an interview posted Thursday that fellow lawmakers have invited him to an orgy and done cocaine in front of him. The remarks from Cawthorn, 26, who in his 14 months as a congressman have developed a reputation for unpredictable statements, came in the context of a discussion about whether, in Warrior Poet Society podcast host John Lovell's words, The House of Cards was a fictitious show, or was it closer to a documentary? Gay. Okay. The only thing that isn't accurate about that show is that you could never get a piece of legislation about education passed that quickly. I look at all these people, a lot of them I've looked up to throughout my life. I always pay attention to politics. Then all of a sudden you get invited to, well, hey, we're going to have a kind of a sexual get-together at one of our homes. You should come. I'm like, what did you just ask me to come to? Then you realize they're asking you to come to an orgy. Cawthorn also claimed to have seen other people leading anti-addiction efforts doing cocaine in front of him. or the fact that, some of the people that are leading on the movement to try and remove addiction in our country, and then you watch them do, a key bump of cocaine right in front of you, and it's like, wow, this is wild. Cawthorne, in another set of remarks to supporters, described Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky as a thug who presided over an incredibly evil government even as Russia invaded Zelensky's country. The congressman was widely panned for his comments, which a local news station in Raleigh highlighted in a video. Okay, so. Crazy, man. Is this guy actually, like, always wheelchair bound, or did he just, like, break his leg or something? Huh. And I'm not surprised that all these people end up being, like, cokeheads. Not surprised in the slightest. Minecraft DDoS attack leaves small European internet country without internet. Jesus. According to Andorra Telecom, the only ISP in the Principality of Andorra, suffered repeated DDoS attacks during a multi-day Twitch gaming tournament. The DDoS attacks occurred during the scheduled Squidcraft Games tournament in Minecraft, one of the most successful Twitch Rivals tournaments ever broadcast. 8 or more Andorran streamers were eliminated from the Twitch tournament after the second day of attacks due to their repeated disconnects. There is some suspicion that perpetrators planned the DDoS attacks on Andorra Telecom to cheat the Andorrans out of their chance to win the $100,000. Wow. The Squidcraft Games were a highly anticipated Twitch streaming event designed to emulate the hit Netflix series called The Squid Game in Minecraft. As noted, it had been a viral game streaming event with a peak viewership of over 1 million on day 2 of the event. As per the TV series, this is an elimination game. And in the Twitch event, there's a healthy prize pot of $100,000 to ensure participants would be highly competitive. Wow. So, Andorra was so small, they just nuked the whole fucking country's internet to stop these people from competing. That's crazy. A significant portion of the 150 Squidcraft Games participants lives in Andorra. Spanish language reports of the event confirmed that day 1 went without a hitch for all players in terms of fairness. The games Green Light, Red Light, and Hide and Seek ran smoothly. The cookie game had to be suspended on day 2 due to a programming glitch. After that, however, the DDoS attack on Andorra Telecom began, and 8 or more remaining participants from the Principality all had their connections and Twitch streaming cut simultaneously. Unfortunately, the whole of Andorra had little or no internet connectivity for over half an hour at the start of the DDoS attacks. About an hour after the DDoS had caused the above Twitch tournament calamity for the streamers, Andorra Telecom tweeted to admit that it was getting back to normal after a DDoS attack. Until that time, the disgruntled Squidcraft Games participants can only postulate on the reasons for their disconnects. Wow. The Andorran contingent returned on the following day of the tournament, but another DDoS on Andorra Telecom inspired an exasperated-sounding tweet from the ISP. Jesus. That sucks. Our city has more people than Andorra. Is that true? Hold on. I gotta get rid of the Blair White pictures on the inner monitor now. I gotta search for Andorra. Blair White's still hot, guys. You know you would all take a blowjob from that. I don't care how straight you are. Andorra. What's the population? Wait, where is it? Capital, largest city. Oh yeah, our city's about double the population of Andorra. Damn. Okay. No. You're all fucking liars. You're all fucking liars. Okay, let's go. Hero Dad describes the moment he looked right into hell and pulled his children out from their bus home after a propane explosion turned it into a raging inferno. A father of 4 has described the moment he rushed into the family's burning bus to save his 2 children after a propane explosion during a cross-country trip. Former Air Force intelligence officer Kyle Copeland, 33, has released. I guess he this is a shitty joke. He's coping right now. He has released pictures of the harrowing aftermath of the explosion on December 26th that left him and his 2 children, Crew 4 and their daughter Pepper 12, with horrific 3rd-degree burns. While all three escaped with their lives thanks to Copeland's quick response, which he described as looking right into hell, they are still recovering from the explosion in a hospital burns unit in Las Vegas. The family are now using their traumatic experience to raise awareness about using propane gas in mobile homes. Watching my children suffer physically is the hardest thing I've ever done. Deep heartache, but we choose to embrace this trial fully and take responsibility for our experience of life. Jesus! This guy got blown the fuck up. Man. He rushed into his burning bus home to save his children when their propane tank suddenly exploded. Look at this fucking hero. Mega Hat. Mega Hat, he's not a hero anymore, Mega Hat! Damn. You ran into that, eh? Crazy. Copeland likened the fire that claimed their bus home to that of hell as he desperately worked to pull his kids out. The fire claimed nearly all the family's belongings and has left them homeless. Jesus. Damn, dude. That's fucking rough. Crazy. No, they have like an actual bus they're living in because they're doing like cross-country stuff. Based dad. Yeah, he fucking did it, eh? Michigan woman charged with caring for wildlife without a permit. The animals were killed by state officials. God damn it. Michigan wildlife officials charged a woman for taking care of wildlife without a permit, then seized 6 animals from her refuge and killed them. Well, they were still alive before. Fucking hell. Okay. The Department of Natural Resources Lieutenant Jim Giorno said Keju farm owner Julie Hall was first warned a year ago. What happens is the wildlife is raised. Sometimes if you let it go, they become a nuisance or even a disease issue here. Last fall, or a year and a half ago, there was a tamed white-tailed buck that was in the Petoskey area that was causing issues. When it gets to mating season, it can be very dangerous to people and other animals. This buck was found and had to be euthanized because it was a danger to the public. Keju Farm, known in the community for its work rehabilitating wild animals, was a refuge to goats, chickens, alpacas, donkeys, horses, and other wild animals. Keju Farm, known in the community for its work rehabilitating wild animals... Okay, I just read that like a fucking idiot. Okay. The agency got another complaint earlier this year, and on Thursday, wildlife officials returned to the farm. They seized and killed 6 of the animals. Because the animals could not be released, they had to be killed. The animals included a small deer that was taken in the fall at around 2 weeks old, Sassy, a half-blind raccoon with Down syndrome. Can raccoons get Down syndrome? Okay. And Poe, a one-legged crow that a child had brought in. That's why the DNR is in place. We have places for these animals. We can't just rehab every animal we get a call on. I understand that Julie took in everything, but what happens is she has to call us and say that she has it. We just don't want everybody to do it and not be inspected, because then you're going to have facilities that aren't good for these animals. We put out press releases every spring saying, do not pick up wildlife, do not keep wildlife, do not take wildlife out of the wild. Hold on. The elites don't want you to know that all the ducks at the park, they're free. You can just go down there and get them. I have 46 ducks right now. Oops, I clicked the wrong thing. Anyway. It's illegal and it's not good for the wildlife. Most of the time it's almost a death sentence for these animals because a lot of them can't be released after they've been raised or taken by humans. And the person who owns the farm about a year ago said, "Dear farm, family, and friends, please pray for me. I received a phone call from the DNR officer saying there was a warrant for my arrest. I'm actually being arrested for helping out the woodland creatures in our area." Damn. Rip. Highly concerning. California biology teacher allegedly molested 7 students and shared graphic photos. Dollar meat ducks, fuck off. All right. A former biology teacher has been accused of child molestation in California, where she is facing 29 individual criminal counts. There's an arrest against Anessa Page Gower, a former teacher at Making Waves Academy in Richmond. The charter school has over 1,100 students in grades 5 through 12. Gower, according to the statement, allegedly engaged in numerous acts of a sexual nature with minors between 2021 and 2022. Authorities said the case involves 7 minors. The alleged victims' ages and genders were not disclosed. Investigators took statements from the victims and witnesses about a number of incidents involving sex acts with minors, inappropriate touching, and sharing sexually graphic photos over online platforms. She was arrested upon returning to California from a Hawaii vacation. She's being held on a $2 million bond, has yet to enter pleas into the charges against her, which include statutory rape, lewd acts with a child under the age of 14, sending a harmful manner to seduce a child, and more than 24 counts of child molestation. Jesus Christ, dude. Aton Nelson, the CEO of Making Waves Academy, told KRON4 the allegations came to light during the course of an investigation conducted by the school. After determining Gower had violated school policy, we learned of additional highly concerning allegations involving that teacher's conduct. We shared that information with the authorities who are reviewing the matter. The teacher is no longer employed by Making Waves Academy. We've reached out to parents, students, and faculty to provide support where it might be needed. There's nothing more important than the health, safety, and well-being of our students. Fucking hell, dude. Into the wood chipper feet first. Jesus, like... Man, why does this keep happening? We keep seeing, like, young women teachers molesting kids. The whole child molester thing is, like, the stereotype is of a man, but more and more we've seen women doing it. Fucking hell. The age was the number one question. I remember a short, very curvy, platinum blonde student's aide that I've definitely pounded in high school for years. Okay. So, listen, there are some... Listen. You can be like 14 or 15 or 16 and have like a hot teacher and be like, I would totally fuck that dude. And if you had the chance, you would. The point isn't that you would do it. The point is that she should not do it. Okay. California deputy fatally shoots knife-wielding mom in front of her kids. What the... Jesus Christ! A California deputy fatally shot a woman in front of her 2 young children as she charged another cop with a knife. The footage released... We're not going to watch that fucking footage, Jesus. Shows 33-year-old Ariella Crawford walking along a road in Alta Sierra with her 2 young children when Deputy Caleb Todorian approaches her. A nearby resident had called 911 on February 4th to report a woman walking in the middle of the road. The video shows Crawford becoming immediately upset as the deputies approach, prompting her to pull out a large knife. For reasons yet unknown, Miss Crawford was very upset with the presence of her deputies, despite one of them saying she was not in any trouble. Todorian tells Crawford she's not in any trouble and denies he is going to touch the woman's babies. But I need you to put the knife away. Don't hurt my babies, Crawford replies while yelling at the deputies. If something happens to me and my babies, everyone in the whole world will know. Todorian says he just wants to help out, but Crawford continues screaming and walking towards him as a second deputy, Matthew Harrison, points a taser at the woman. Jesus Christ, like, what the fuck? Why would you do this? After the taser is deployed, Crawford charges at Harrison with a knife, prompting Todorian to open fire. After Deputy Todorian discharged a service weapon, Miss Crawford was still holding the knife. When she dropped it, the deputies immediately began medical aid. She later pronounced it at the hospital. Yeah, so that's a lawful shooting. You charge an officer with a fucking knife, you get shot. Did he 360 no scope? Like, why are people this dumb? Why? Okay. This just happened, by the way. At least 29 injured in Brooklyn subway shooting. Undetonated devices are found. Christ. A madman disguised as a construction worker turned a Brooklyn subway car into a bloodbath during the early morning rush Tuesday, setting off smoke bombs for opening fire and wounding 29 people. Fuck. Why is everyone doing this crazy shit right now? The shooter, who has yet to be apprehended, was wearing a neon orange and green construction vest and a neon green helmet, and muttering to himself on a Manhattan-bound N train when he unleashed bloody havoc just before 8:30 a.m. The gunman suddenly put on a gas mask and released 2 smoke grenades as the car pulled into the 36th Street station. "Oops, my bad," the subject mumbled, after opening the canister and then pulling out an axe and dropping it to the floor. As the crowded subway filled with smoke, the shooter took out a 9mm semi-automatic Glock and fired 33 rounds at commuters, hitting 10 victims and leaving at least 19 others wounded. Those hurt included 2 teens ages 15 and 19, a pregnant woman who was shot in the leg, 7 men and 3 women. Jesus Christ! Of the 10 victims hit by the gunfire, 5 were listed in a critical but stable condition, while others suffered from smoke inhalation and other related injuries. Police later identified Frank James, 62, as a person of interest, but have not yet determined he was the triggerman. Maybe they actually have found him since then, since this was published. Hold on. Frank James, let's see. Yep, they got him. Hold on. Okay. They got him. Before charges in a subway attack, decades of disputes and petty offenses for Frank R. James. So they did actually find him. Frank R. James never seemed to stay in one place very long, but as he drifted from the East Coast to the Midwest over the course of adult life, trouble often followed. In New York, he was arrested 9 times, mostly on the low-level charges. New Jersey, he was charged with making terroristic threats after calling and threatening people at a former workplace. When he lived in Milwaukee, police records and interviews show he was at odds with the neighbors in 2 locations. He returned to New York City, committed the worst attack on the subway system in decades, opening fire on a crowded train. He was charged in federal district court with carrying out a terrorist attack on a mass transit system. Yep. Jesus Christ. Damn, dude. FBI knew of him too. He claimed in online videos to have undergone mental health treatment in the Bronx. No public records have surfaced to suggest he was ever admitted to a psychiatric center as a threat to himself or others. The root of Mr. James's troubles may trace to his early childhood. His mother died when he was 5, according to his sister. His cousin, Dwayne Waters, said that growing up, Mr. James had been a really good guy and they had fished together on weekends, but he added that Mr. James had mental problems for a long time. Damn. Well, there we go. Oh, God. Let the green M&M be a nasty little slut. Mars Wrigley is trying to make the green M&M wear Larry David sneakers, and we will not stand for it. Okay. The recent push to rebrand corporate logos to be more inclusive has, for the most part, been a good thing. Making Barbie body positive? Great. Renaming Aunt Jemima syrup? Oh, damn time. Yet in brand's fervent quest to capture youth audiences and capture the woke zeitgeist, seem to be going just a little bit too far. Case in point, the slut-shaming of the green M&M. Guys, we need that green fucking M&M to keep wearing those heels. Oh, God, I hate all of this. I hate this whole discourse. I hate everything. Oh, God, is there a sexy green M&M ad? Hold on. We're going to watch the sexy green M&M ad. We're going to watch it. Here we go.
Introducing Raspberry Almond M&M's Premiums. Rich premium chocolate with luscious almonds and the sweet taste of raspberries. It's your heart's desire in chocolate.
Cut! Ooh.
That's not supposed to happen. New M&M's Premiums and 5 fabulous
This is from 2000. That's from 2000.
Triple chocolate M&M's Premiums. Dark, milk and white chocolate. A premium combination that's positively heavenly. M&M's Premiums.
Are we good?
Yeah, we're yeah.
M&M's Premiums.
Okay,
5
listen.
fabulous flavors.
So, listen. What happened to the whole slut-shaming part of this conversation? Surely, guys, desexifying the green M&M is slut-shaming. Anyway, that's what this article is about. It's so stupid. I fucking hate this. They've made the girl M&M... Wait, hold on. This brown girl M&M still has heels? Like... Hold on. We're zooming in. We're zooming in. We're going to catch it in 4K. Look at this. She's still got heels. The 2000s were a better time. Yeah. Fuck. Oh, God, I fucking hate everything about everyone all the time. It doesn't actually matter. Okay, this doesn't actually matter. It doesn't matter what the green M&M looks like. Who gives a fuck? It's the fact that they're doing it and then making it a big deal. It's like, fuck off. She's canonically lesbian with the brown M&M as of 2020. Based. Okay. BLM co-founder. Charity transparency laws are triggering. So, you might remember a video I did a month or two ago showing where all of the BLM money went. And it basically went into her wallet, into her fat gut, and into all the properties that she now owns. But, not to be outdone, she is now saying that having to disclose what her charity does is triggering. Okay, let's check this out, shall we? Laws that require charities to disclose their finances and activities to the public endanger the lives of activists, Black Lives Matter co-founder Patrisse Cullors said at a recent event. The embattled activist, who is facing renewed criticism following reports BLM Global Network Foundation, while under her control, purchased a $6 million Los Angeles mansion, said that she gets triggered whenever she hears the term IRS Form 990. Triggered. The document that charities are required to file to the public every year disclosing their financial activities. It is such a trip to hear the term 990, Cullors said Friday during an event at the Vashon Center for the Arts. I'm like, ugh, it's like triggering. I actually did not know what 990s were before all this happened. That's kind of the problem. Cullors said in an apparent reference to the Washington Examiner's reporting in January about BLM's lack of financial and leadership transparency that led multiple states, including California, to order the charity to cease raising funds until it discloses what it did with the $90 million it raised in 2020. Cullors said that activists suffer trauma and that their lives are put at risk when charities under their control are required to disclose publicly what they did with their tax-deductible donations. This doesn't seem safe for us, this 990 structure, this non-profit system structure. This is like deeply unsafe. This is being literally weaponized against us, against the people we work with. Yes, and it should be. You are the person that these metaphorical weapons should be turned on. Cullors said that she's been approached by countless activists who are worried that they too will soon field requests from reporters demanding copies of their 990 forms, which charities are required by law to disclose to the public on request. Well then, how about you stop using your charities as fucking money laundering fronts? You fucking hacks. Listen, guys, people on the left, they don't like ethics. They don't like accountability. They're just fucking corrupt pieces of shit. Okay? People's morale in an organization is so important. But if their organization and the people in it are being attacked and scrutinized in everything they do, that leads to deep burnout. That leads to deep resistance and trauma. Cullors, who left BLM without a leader after she resigned in May 2021 amid scrutiny of her personal real estate purchases, said media scrutiny of the charity is an experiment that, if successful, will be used to take down other black-led activist groups. Well, stop being so fucking shitty. They know what they know what they're doing. How to create infighting, how to create distrust. How do you create distrust? Show someone not to be trustworthy. We have to stop it before they do. We have to shut it down. We have to be strong up against it. Colors did not return a request for comment. The $6 million LA mansion BLM purchased in October 2020, just 2 weeks after the charity received a $66.5 million cash infusion from its former official sponsor, was used in multiple videos on Colors' personal YouTube channel, raising concerns from watchdog groups that BLM used nonprofit assets for the private benefit of its leaders. Colors disclosed in a phone call with reporters on Monday that BLM's mansion was used as a safe place for her to stay for at least 4 nights, amid an FBI investigation into a death threat made against her. So we did use the campus as a haven, as a safe space. That derailed an announcement strategy. Conditions changed. That's it. Wow. Fucking ridiculous. This person's fucking ridiculous, dude. That's all the articles I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed them. I know I did. I don't know about you, but I know that I enjoyed them. Give me just a moment here, real quick. Right. Okay. So, you want to support the channel? $5 Club, Patreon, Subscribe Star, YouTube memberships, twitch.tv/GameBoomers, sub button over on Twitch. Use your Amazon Prime sub on that sub button as well if you have Amazon Prime. Get yourself into the $5 Club. $100 US to the PayPal. Send me your receipt, put it in the $5 Club for life. And mail me your packages. Now, we only have a few super chats today, which is okay. You guys donate what you can donate. I'm not here finance shaming, but I am going to go read the super chats now. And then I'm going to take off, and you'll see me on Adam and Sitch in approximately 4 hours. That's the plan. Let's see what's been super chatted today. Let's take a look. Thanks for the super chats nonetheless. I appreciate whatever you guys give me, whether it's $5 or $500. It all helps. Okay. So Charlie for $2. The piggy squeals once investigated. BBQ time. Jesus Christ, dude. Jesus. Oh yeah. Also pinned in the pinned comment in the chat right now is the gaming channel. Follow it, or else. Green Frog Bad for $5. Dev, will chat be racist or misogynist? Me, why not both? Up. Kenrick 50 for $5. Thank you. They are not all the same. Nigerians are not the same as American blacks. That's true, but individuals are also different too, right? It doesn't matter. Rusty Lies for $10. We have weird names in Pennsylvania. It's just our thing. Why is the name King of Prussia, though? That's a bit strange, isn't it? Slavkai Nikki for $5. I'm surprised the floor of her living room didn't collapse and have her plummet into the apartment below. Jesus, dude. Willa's in for $5. Channel her inner Britney and Beyonce. She's certainly large enough to have both of them in there. My God, guys, these fucking fat jokes. Tricky Mario 7654 for $7.99 Australian dollars. What was your reaction when you first saw that Ben and Jerry's tweet on Dante Wright? I'm not sure I saw. What are we talking about? Ben and Jerry's. I don't know what you mean. I probably know if I was to look it up, but I don't think I know off the top of my head. Sorry. DC0118 for $5. I bucked that trend and lost a lot of weight during lockdown. 90 pounds. Good job, dude. Like, congratulations. Good job, man. Good job. And that's it. That is all the supers. So thanks very much for your support, guys. I really appreciate it. I do appreciate. I would also appreciate it if you watch the gaming channel, watch me on Adam and Sitch later today, and stay tuned for more content. You'll see it soon, all right? Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. You guys are all great. The best fans on the internet. And I will see you next time. Have a good day, everybody. I love you.